Again, my name is Estep. I'm the Superintendent of the Mount Union Area School District that serves students in both Huntingdon and Mifflin counties. On behalf of my board, students, and community, thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell you our story today. My district faces many of the same difficulties that families and businesses are facing in the wake of the current deep recession. We face depleting revenues via losses in interest income, real estate transfer tax, earned income tax, and delinquent taxes in the wake of an unprecedented downturn in the national economy. Translating these statistics to real dollars, we've seen an almost $200,000 loss in revenue compared to the previous fiscal year. Because we are approximately the 13th poorest school district in the Commonwealth, $200,000 represents a staggering loss. In response to this crippling loss of revenue, our board has acted responsibly and attempted to adopt a responsible budget for the next fiscal year. We've made $210,000 in cuts, and we've produced an 09-10 budget that reflects only a 0.9% increase in expenditures. Senate Bill 850, supported by Senate and House Republicans, falls $644,000 short of the Rendell administration's commitment to financing the Mount Union Area School District. It substantially cuts or eliminates completely funding for several very important and successful educational programs for the children of Mount Union. Specifically, the Accountability Block Grant, EAP tutoring, Science at Elementary, Classrooms for the Future, and Science in Motion. ABG funding pays salaries for 4.5 kindergarten teachers, directly impacting at least 100 kindergarten students in our system. It also supports 2 full-time class size reduction teachers, affecting another 35 to 40 elementary age students. Further, it supports the salary of our district-wide technology coordinator, whose work directly and indirectly impact the entire faculty and student body of the system. Accountability Block Grant funds are also used to offset costs of operating our pre-K programs, which serve another 36 children. In addition, 850 cuts funding to support our EAP tutoring program by 50%, derailing programs for 75 Mount Union school students. In our high school tutoring program alone, 20 out of 45 tutored students moved from basic or below basic to proficient or advanced on their PSSAs this past year. Cuts in dual enrollment under Senate Bill 850 will also directly impact another 20 students in our high school. So in real terms, this is impacting 270 students in my district. The district only has 1,500 students total. That represents almost 16% of the student body. This kind of funding approach, to me, can be equated with I guess for lack of better terms, an acceptable loss mentality. The only other industry I can think of that operates with the same mentality is the airline industry. Every year, it's my understanding that they have to determine a way of calculating how many passengers they can lose in plane crashes and still remain viable. I certainly hope Senate and House Republicans aren't viewing educational programs and children through an acceptable loss lens. If I were the parent of one of those 270 students in Mount Union, I don't think I'd want my child to be considered an acceptable loss because the economy's down and an election year is approaching. 95% of our children in our Commonwealth schools aren't 18 yet. They don't have the benefit of a vote. They don't have a voice in the General Assembly's decisions about funding public education. I urge our legislators to work with Governor Rendell to pass an education budget that sustains his effort to close the funding adequacy gap determined by the statewide costing out study, let's not turn back the clock on Pennsylvania schools.